All right, for this problem, we're going to use the formula given here and the definitions of what each of these variables represents to calculate how long it takes to double an initial investment, earning 4% interest compounded quarterly. And then the same question with the same interest, how long will it take to triple the investment? Okay, so a couple of things. Let's write A is going to be the amount at a certain time t. And we're going to start with $1,000, but first thing we want to get is double. So we're going to get $2,000. P is going to be that starting amount. So again, the initial investment, 1,000. We call that a principal. The next variable I see in my equation is R. R is going to be my interest rate. So we're going to take 4 divided by 100. If you're really quick at using decimals, you'll know that that's 0.04%. Excuse me, 4% is 0.04. So you'll see that written out like this as a decimal. And next would be N. N represents how many times the company will add interest to your account every year. The word quarterly here means we're going to compound that interest 4 times per year. So N is 4. Think about that just like your school year. Maybe your school year is divided into 4 quarters. Quarterly representing 4 times per year. Lastly, T. How many years do we do this for? That would be the question. How long will it take to double? Question mark. How many years will it take? And realize that the question is asking you in years. So now that I've gotten each variable written out carefully and I've talked to you about what each one represents, we need to write the equation in our graphing calculator, or one way to solve it is by writing the equation into the graphing calculator and finding where it crosses, where the two graphs cross. So I need to see clearly what that means. I'm going to write the left-hand side is equal to A. I'll put that in Y1. Reference what we just talked about here. A is 2,000. And then in Y2, I will use the right-hand side of the equation. So again, I'll reference what each of the variables is. That's P times parentheses, so 1,000 times parentheses, 1 plus R over N, and I believe I've done that correctly. 0.04 divided by 4. 4 divided by 100 is 0.04, so that's R. That's the numerator. And then the denominator will be 4. 0.04 divided by 4. We need to raise this to a power of n times t. So I will put n, 4. Notice that it's the same number I used in the denominator, times t. We don't know what that is, so we'll use x. You might want to check in your graphing calculator that both the 4 and the x have been grouped together in the exponent, and if it doesn't look like mine, you might need to type in a parentheses here. Parentheses 4, x, close parentheses. I can see pretty clearly the 4 and the x are both written small and high like that, so they're both going to be an exponent the way they are in my formula. So I know I'm good. Let's graph. Likely not going to see much in that graph since the numbers we're using are in the thousands. We'll adjust the window from 0 to, I don't know how many years this is going to take. 10? Excuse me, 0. Let's try to clear that. 0, minimum, 10 maximum, 0 minimum. The y value is going to be these thousands of dollars, so let's try, I don't know, let's try $4,000. I'm thinking ahead to we're going to be tripling the initial $1,000 investment, so $3,000 might be technically good enough. All right, so I can see here this red line is racing towards the blue line, but I need more x values, so somewhere over here. That means I'm going to increase this maximum to maybe 20 and graph again. That's good enough. Now I can hit trace, and I'll scroll over to where I see the solution. I'm going to get about 17.4. If we want to know with a little bit more accuracy, you can zoom in on this point, or you can hit second calc and then choose 5 for intersect. Hit enter, and we get the exact value, 17.4. So we will achieve a balance of $2,000, doubling our initial investment in 17.4 years. Go ahead and repeat this process. Everything is done for you already. We're going to answer the second question, how long will it take to triple your investment? So you're going to want to take this, change the A value to 3,000, and that's because we're going to multiply the principal by 3, repeat the process, and find the new intersection point, leading you to the solution for how many years it would take to triple your investment.